Caitlin Clark pulled off one of the most disrespectful maneuvers in basketball history when she threaded a pass through Wilson.
Caitlin Clark just did something so unreal, so jaw-dropping, that the entire WNBA is losing its mind. Fans are freaking out, players are stunned, and even the referees don't know what to do. Some are saying it's pure basketball genius, others think it should be illegal, but one thing is for sure, you've never seen anything like this before. Clark has already made a name for herself with insane logo threes, pinpoint passes, and ankle-breaking crossovers, but this is on a whole new level. It wasn't just a highlight, it was a statement. A move so bold, so ridiculous, that even her opponents had to stop and ask, wait, did that really just happen? The cameras caught every second of it, and trust me, you do not want to miss this. So buckle up, because we're about to break down the most controversial, mind-blowing, and game-changing moment of Caitlin Clark's career. But before we jump into the good stuff, take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. By joining our crew, you'll always be in the loop with the latest WNBA updates, expert takes, and breakdowns of big moves just like this. Don't miss out, we've got every angle covered. So hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive right in. First up, let's talk about range. The game clock is ticking down, the pressure is mounting, and Caitlin Clark is standing way beyond the arc. Most players wouldn't even consider attempting a shot from here. But Caitlin, she doesn't just consider it, she owns it. A defender rushes in, arms flailing, trying to close the gap, but Caitlin doesn't even flinch. No dribble, no fake, just a flick of the wrist. The ball soars through the air, traveling what feels like an impossible distance. And then swish, the crowd erupts. Fans leap out of their seats. The opposing bench looks on in stunned silence. You can almost hear them thinking, did that really just happen? This wasn't just a deep shot. It was the deepest shot she had attempted since turning pro, and it looked effortless. It's the kind of moment that makes you question whether basketball physics still apply when Caitlin Clark is on the court. You have to wonder, is this even legal? Probably not. But Caitlin is out here rewriting the rule book, one impossible shot at a time. Let's break this down for a second. Most players generate power for deep shots with a heavy leg drive, bending at the knees, and using their entire body to launch the ball. Caitlin? She makes it look like she's casually tossing a rock into a pond. Did she secretly take a basketball physics class that the rest of us missed? Or is she just built different? Either way, defenders are running out of options. Trying to stop her is like trying to block a Wi-Fi signal with a brick wall. Good luck with that. And just when you think you've seen it all, Caitlin has another trick up her sleeve. Now let's switch gears and talk about her passing game, because if you thought her shooting was ridiculous, wait until you see what she does with the ball in motion. Picture this. The ball is loose, bodies are crashing into each other, and the court looks like a chaotic free-for-all. Most players in this moment would panic, fumble the ball, or just try to get rid of it before turning it over. But Caitlin Clark, she thrives in this kind of madness. In one smooth motion, like she planned it all along, she snatches the ball, barely even looks, and fires a laser-accurate pass right into her teammates' hands. No hesitation, no wasted movement, just a perfect high-speed, no-look dime that leaves defenders frozen like statues. Most players in this scenario would panic and launch a pass that ends up 10 rows deep into the crowd, possibly hitting some poor fan in the face and spilling their popcorn. But Caitlin, her passes are different. They don't just reach her teammates, they find them. Like the ball has its own GPS, and Caitlin is controlling it remotely. Now let's be honest, passing under pressure is hard. Even the best players struggle to hit their targets when defenders are swarming them. But Caitlin, she does it in midair, with defenders flying at her like a scene out of an action movie. She threads the needle through impossible gaps, slipping passes through defenders' legs, behind her back, or at impossible angles that make physics look like an optional suggestion. If this pass were in a video game, it would be part of a move so difficult that only the best players could unlock it. And honestly, Caitlin's ability to see plays before they happen makes her feel like she's operating in a different dimension. And speaking of things that shouldn't be possible, just wait until you hear about her logo three-pointers. Let's talk about her logo threes. Caitlin Clark pulling up from the WNBA logo is like watching Steph Curry's long-lost basketball twin, but with even more audacity. Not once, but twice in a row, she casually drained logo threes like it was just another warm-up drill. Seriously, who does that? The defenders tried. Oh, they tried. They pressed up, waved their arms, and even took a few extra steps beyond the arc just to make her think twice. But guarding Caitlin Clark at the logo is about as effective as trying to stop a tornado with a paper towel. It's pointless. And just when they thought they had a plan, boom, another three, nothing but net. Game over. Let's take a second to appreciate just how insane these shots are. Most players wouldn't even dream of attempting a shot from that distance, let alone knocking them down with the confidence of someone shooting a layup. The WNBA logo isn't just a design on the court, it's become Caitlin Clark's personal shooting zone. Defenders might as well start guarding her at half court, but even then, it probably wouldn't matter. And let's not forget the reaction from the crowd. Pure, unfiltered chaos. Fans jumping, screaming, grabbing their heads in disbelief. You know a shot is legendary when the entire arena collectively loses its mind. There's a reason Caitlin Clark has people showing up early to games just to see her warm up. When she pulls up from the logo, it's not just basketball, it's a show. But here's the scary part, her shooting range is just one part of her game. If you think that's impressive, wait until you see what she does with the ball in her hands when it comes to passing. Now let's talk about her court vision, because what Caitlin Clark sees on the court is different from what anyone else sees. We've all witnessed flashy passes before, but this was some next-level Jedi mind trick basketball IQ. Caitlin Clark, without even glancing, delivered a behind-the-back pass that landed perfectly in her teammate's hands under the rim, as if she had seen the play unfold before it even happened. The crowd gasped. The defenders froze mid-step, like a glitch in a video game. And Caitlin, she just jogged back down the court, cool as ever, like she does this every single day, which, let's be honest, she does. Some called it luck, others swore it had to be magic. But in reality, it's just Caitlin being Caitlin. Now let's break this down for a second. How does someone pull this off? It's not just about being a good passer. Plenty of players can make a decent assist when they have a clear line of sight. But Caitlin, she doesn't even need to look. She operates on an entirely different level, reading defenders like an open book and predicting movements before they even happen. It's like she has a basketball sixth sense. Imagine being the defender in this scenario. You're doing everything right, positioning yourself well, trying to anticipate her next move, watching her eyes for any clue about where she's going to pass, and then she completely ignores every rule of logic and without even looking, fires a pass so precise that it leaves you standing there like a confused extra in a sports highlight reel. How do you defend against that? The answer is simple, you don't. It's like trying to catch a ghost. Spoiler alert, you can't. And just when you think you figured out her passing game, she takes it up another level. Up next, let's talk about one of her most unbelievable assists, the dagger that left defenders questioning their reality. Whoa, you've made it this far. That must mean you're really enjoying the video, right? So why not take a quick second to hit that follow button? It's totally free, super simple, and helps us keep bringing you more awesome content, especially if you love the WNBA. Whether it's game highlights, player spotlights, or behind-the-scenes moments, we've got you covered. Plus, by following, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to your favorite teams and players. Go on, tap that follow now. All right, let's jump back in. Moving on, let's discuss one of her most mind-bending assists. This wasn't just an ordinary pass, it was pure wizardry. During a high-energy game against the New York Liberty, Caitlin Clark pulled off a pass so absurd that the defenders were left questioning their life choices. One moment, the ball was in Caitlin's hands. The next, it had vanished, only to magically reappear right in her teammate's hands under the basket for an easy layup. The arena collectively lost its mind. You could see it in the slow-motion replay, defenders spinning around, scanning the court, trying to process what just happened. One of them even glanced at their teammate, silently asking, "Did you see that?" Because I sure didn't. It was the kind of moment that left fans screaming and opposing players staring at the Jumbotron for answers. And let's be real, this wasn't just a pass. It was an act of sheer sorcery. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's conducting a masterclass in deception, precision, and basketball IQ that makes even seasoned defenders look lost. Her ability to see passing lanes that don't even exist yet is terrifying. How does she do it? No one really knows. Maybe she has an overhead view of the game running in her head like a drone camera. Maybe she's secretly in tune with the basketball gods. Either way, what we do know is that Caitlin's court vision is unmatched. But just when you think you've seen the best of her, she raises the stakes again. Up next, let's talk about the kind of move that makes defenders question if they even belong on the court, Caitlin Clark's legendary ankle breaker. All right, let's talk about one of Caitlin Clark's most disrespectful, absolutely devastating moves. If breaking ankles was an art form, Caitlin would be Picasso. During a high-stakes game against the Phoenix Mercury, she delivered a behind-the-back dribble so ruthless, so humiliating, that her defender, bless their soul, tripped, stumbled, and ultimately crashed onto the hardwood, like they had just stepped on an invisible trapdoor. The reaction? Pure chaos. The crowd? Losing their minds, screaming, and pointing at the fallen defender like they just witnessed a ghost sighting. The Phoenix bench? Stunned into silence, some covering their mouths, others shaking their heads, knowing that there was no coming back from that. And Caitlin? Cool as ever, like she was walking through a park, casually stepping back beyond the arc and sinking a three-pointer with the smoothest follow-through imaginable. It was as if she punctuated the moment with an exclamation mark written in pure basketball brilliance. Let's be honest, getting crossed up by Caitlin Clark is not just a bad moment, it's a career-defining moment. And not in a good way. Defenders should probably start bringing ankle insurance when guarding her, because the way she sends people flying should be illegal. Her footwork is so tight, so deceptive, that even the best defensive stoppers look like they're playing on roller skates. She doesn't just break ankles, she shatters egos. But hold on, Caitlin isn't just about humiliating defenders with her handles. She's got an entire bag of tricks when it comes to finishing at the rim, and trust me, you're going to want to see what she does next with the spin cycle layup. With defenders closing in, she rifled a pass through the tiniest of gaps right past multiple defenders, hitting her teammate in stride for an easy bucket. The timing, flawless. The accuracy, laser sharp. The crowd, completely losing their minds. The reactions said it all. The Storm defenders were left standing there, blinking in disbelief. The commentators couldn't even find the words to describe what they had just witnessed. And Caitlin? She jogged back on defense, completely unfazed, as if she hadn't just made history in the most spectacular way possible. Her ability to not only see plays before they happen, but execute them with pinpoint precision is why defenders are starting to look helpless against her. And if this record-breaking moment tells us anything, it's that Caitlin Clark isn't just setting records, she's redefining what's possible on the basketball court. But let's be real, this wasn't even the most disrespectful thing she's done on the court. Up next, let's talk about a move so savage, so ruthless, that it left one of the best players in the game questioning reality, Caitlin Clark's nutmeg on Angel Wilson. Let's talk about the move that shook the basketball world, the moment that sent shockwaves through the league and had fans replaying it over and over again. This was the exact moment Caitlin Clark solidified her status as a legend. Picture this: Angel Wilson, the reigning MVP, a defensive powerhouse, standing firm, fully locked in, arms wide, ready to shut Caitlin down. She probably thought, not today, rookie. Oh, but today was the day. Caitlin didn't just break through the defense, she went right through it. With the kind of confidence that makes defenders nervous, she casually, almost effortlessly, bounced the ball straight through Angel Wilson's legs, right between the MVP's feet, as if she were training for a soccer game instead of playing high-stakes basketball. And before Aja could even process what had just happened, Caitlin's teammate had already scooped up the pass and finished the play with an easy bucket. The crowd? Absolute bedlam. The commentators? Screaming, "Angel Wilson?" Momentarily frozen in disbelief, probably trying to convince herself that what just happened didn't actually happen. But oh, it happened. On live TV, in front of thousands of fans, in front of the entire basketball world. Getting nutmegged in a street game? Embarrassing. Getting nutmegged in the WNBA? On national television? By a rookie? That's the kind of thing that makes you question your entire existence as a defender. Caitlin Clark doesn't just play basketball, she humiliates opponents for a living. She turns world-class defenders into highlight reel extras. And the scariest part? This is only the beginning. Because if you think this is the peak of Caitlin's disrespectful brilliance, think again. Her ability to dominate, embarrass, and leave her opponents speechless only grows with every game. Wow. Just wow. Caitlin Clark is out here rewriting the rules of basketball, one jaw-dropping move at a time. From logo threes to no-look dimes, ankle breakers to record-breaking assists, this isn't just talent. This is straight-up magic on the court. And let's be real, if this is what she's doing now, just imagine what's coming next. The WNBA isn't ready. Are you? If you love this breakdown, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got more insane highlights, deep dives, and all the biggest moments in the game coming your way. So don't miss out, hit that subscribe and turn on notifications. Let me know in the comments, what's your favorite Caitlin Clark moment so far? Is she already changing the game? Let's talk about it. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.